Welcome to the Go See Show, our daily devotion to beauty and all things modelling info. Now, today our lovely Go See is Diana Sar.
Yay!
And
hello guys.
Hi, and Diana was the first model thus far in the newly launched project to actually reach out to me, direct messaged me on Instagram to say that she really liked the show. She'd seen Pennies, and so I said, well, come and be involved. So literally, she did.
Yeah,
so
and so fast. It's great.
2 days later, bookers were called, schedules were put on the books, and here she is today. So
That's
thank you so
perfect.
much for coming.
Thank you for
That's
having
so lovely.
me.
Such an unexpected pleasure.
Thank you.
Now, let's start as we always do. As people probably know, the format of the show is that I look at Diana's book as you would on a normal go-see, and in the process of that, I ask her about her life story.
All right.
And her career in modelling thus far. So let me start with the normal question, which is, Diana, where are you from?
I'm from Bucharest, from Romania.
Oh, wicked.
Yeah, I have the vampire teeth.
You are. So how far is Transylvania in Romania?
It's in Romania, but it's quite far from where I stay. But
You still have the vampiric
roots.
tendencies.
I have maybe blood.
That's so interesting. Now, my paternal grandfather has ancestors of Jewish origin from Romania. So we might actually, who knows, be related down the line.
Who knows?
Now, I thought you were Spanish coming in because of the way you look.
Everyone tells me, really, everyone tells me Spanish, Brazilian or something.
Yes.
I have some like very, very far mixes, like from my mom's side, like Greek and Iranian, but
that
really
makes
far,
sense.
she told me, like my grandfather. And I think I got from there, because I have the curly hair and like
the
a bit darker
eyes.
look. It's not really typical Romanian.
So describe to me what a typical Romanian girl of your generation would perhaps look like in general.
They have more lighter skin, and I don't know how to explain, but it's like more like not northern, I wouldn't say northern look, but like
a European look.
Like for sure not curly hair and not like the Spanish side.
So growing up, did you feel different? Did you look different?
Oh well, I really like the sun, so I was very suntan.
Okay.
And when I was little, they told me that I did a little bit look like Ronaldinho, because I was.
You look like the greatest football player in the world.
I was doing athletics, and I was the smallest from the group, and they were always making fun of me, saying Ronaldinho, because I was smiling so much, and I was like very dark skin, and I looked like him a bit.
So I
have some pictures
did you play
on
soccer
my Instagram.
then?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
No, I was doing 800 meters for performance. Yeah, the athletics.
That was your sports. Okay, let's go back to the beginning because we're jumping ahead. You're born in Romania to who? Who are your parents? What do they do?
My father is working on the ambulance. He's
an ambulance driver, an emergency?
No, emergency assistant.
Okay.
Yeah. And then my mom is working on like telephone side of the court of like judges. Like she's working on all the calls.
Okay, cool. And how did they meet up? How did they get together? And how did you come about? It's hot in here, isn't it? We're sweating.
Yeah, it's really hot. How
hot
they
and
met,
muggy.
and we didn't even get to the questions about the love, and it's gonna be.
I know. I can't wait. We'll really turn up the heat then.
Well, they met through friends, from far as I know. I never really asked them that.
Were they married quite a while before you came along?
They didn't marry, but they were together long before I was. They were like 11 years before me together, before having me.
Okay,
yes.
and they're still married?
No, they never married, and they got divorced when I was 6 years old.
6 years old? That's so tragic. That's so sad.
Well, when you're 6, you don't really realize what's happening. Like for me, it was like that.
You were too young?
Yeah, or maybe I just don't remember a lot of things. I stayed with my mom for 1 year, and then like slowly I moved to staying with my father. But like, yeah, and now I live when I go back to Romania with my father.
Did you choose?
Actually, okay, my mom's gonna see this. My mom didn't let me to do athletics.
And that's what you wanted to do. You wanted to run 800 meters.
So for me, it was a little bit like
how to get to do what you wanted to do.
And so slowly. Anyways, also my father was closer to my school, like the house, and my father was the house where I grew up, so I had all my friends around.
Okay.
And then like my mom let me do it, like she wasn't against it, even though I was like 7 years old. It was not like, oh, you do whatever you want. But of course, we keep contact. Everyone in our families, they're still speaking between them when it's something related to me.
Okay.
And I see them both same ways.
Okay.
So
My
it was
parents
like,
also split up when I was 5.
Yeah, I mean, it was
Yeah.
a split up that it wasn't tragical. Like, it was
Amicable.
okay. Yeah.
It was okay.
We got it, like, okay.
Did you have any sense as a little girl of 0 to 6 that your parents didn't get on?
I did, yeah. I mean,
Okay.
they even told me, I remember just bits, but they even told me that sometimes they would be like fighting. And I'll be like, please,
don't.
yeah, please don't. Or they
Please
would
stop.
be just like speaking normally, and I would think that they were be fighting, and they'll be like, no, we're just speaking, we're not fighting.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
you had registered that the enmity between them.
You feel a bit even when you're a child, right? So
Did you feel relief then, in a sense, or did it affect you in a negative
I think
way?
everything, it took me like all so fast and so like that I didn't really realize what was happening then. Like I was just like, oh, okay, I'm moving. Oh, okay.
Your mum left the family home and your dad?
Yeah.
Your dad stayed in the house?
At the house where I was born and everything, and
Right.
so I was living with her. And I mean, it was a bit difficult, but I was so busy doing all the other things, and that helped me like get through.
Right. Now,
Yeah.
I thought that I hadn't been affected whatsoever, that you adapt to these things. And it wasn't until I was probably in my 30s that I felt, well, maybe there are issues there that haven't been fully resolved.
Yeah,
I don't know. I thought it was okay. Everything was fine. But then life creeps up on you and certain things happen and you have your own families and you know how complex these things can be.
They can be very complex, yeah.
My mother's an actress. My wife's an actress.
Oh, really?
Yes, she is. They both are, and I don't know whether there's something in that, but I know that a lot of actors who I've watched over the years in Inside the Actors Studio, did you ever remember that show?
A show?
There was a show called Inside the Actors Studio, which was a talk show where the host...
show, but I know about Actors Studio.
Yes,
Okay.
the host took these actors through their own life stories, much as we're doing
have,
now.
Like, crazy lives.
And they pretty much, actors have peripatetic, strange lives with broken homes and lots of traveling around,
Even
different
in my
schools.
university, it was the same, really. It was the same in my university. We all had some sort of like issues, little issues. But then you work with them, and it's like, that helps, like, still.
And do you feel that acting is a way of transcending those problems, or escaping them, or channeling them, or...
It's a way of like taking something, not just these problems, also like love problems or other problems. It's like you take your emotions, you work with your emotions, and then when you're on stage, if there's something maybe more similar to what you felt before, you can put it easier on stage. Like, for example, if I was like completely heartbroken, I can put on stage that.
Yes.
Or if I missed, or something quite similar, because I was playing the role of a girl that her child is dying. So obviously I never had a child that died.
Yes.
But in order to think through what she was, not only that I was creating like stories in my head how it was, I was like trying to remember when did I feel something close, similar, like the loss of someone that I cared, the loss of someone that was like very close, and in a way maybe feeling guilty in a way. So it was like that. Acting is like amazing, really.
So how old were you when you wanted to do that you knew you wanted to do that?
Acting?
Yes.
I always liked to be on stage. I didn't really know I want to be an actress since I was very small. Actually, since I was baby, I liked to be in front in the camera. I was like smiling. I was always like posing.
You want attention. You thrive off attention.
Yes, and then I was filming myself when I was like 12 and making different roles and making stories with me, different roles. So that. Then when I was in 4th grade, we had an acting course, more like drama therapy, with a girl from a French girl who came and did that with us in the school. Also there I really realized I always liked like bigger parts. I always like to...
Oh really? Meat and potatoes?
And to create a lot, to create and everything. And...
what star sign are you?
Aries.
There you go. You're fiery.
Yes.
Got a lot of energy, a lot of
energy.
primal energy to channel.
Yeah, and it's
and
true.
Competitive. And,
of course.
And goal orientated.
The main thing is competition for me.
So you played sports. Why the 800 meters? It's the hardest actually, isn't it? And the most Aries, because it's the hardest, the fastest, and the most painful all in one.
Yeah, well, I had natural resistance. So when you're very young, you do all of the not all of them. You do like 5 things, like long jump, high jump, and then like long distance. When you're small, when you're my age, you do 600 meters first.
Ah.
And everyone hated that, and everyone was like dying, and like they were like, no, we don't want to do it, and like being tired. And I was always finishing like first or second.
Mm.
Always. That's like the beginning when we're still children. So they start realizing, because they thought that being tall, I might be able to do high jump.
Were you taller than your other peers?
Yeah, because I grew, and now then at the point I stopped. Like I'm not like super tall, but I grew faster.
Yes.
So it was like, oh my gosh, she's gonna maybe do high jump, but I had the natural resistance, and I liked it.
Now, what does resistance mean?
A person does two rows of the stadium and it's like tired. I do 2 rows and I'm like, yes, let's do more.
I see.
I don't know how to say. Yeah.
Yes, you resist fatigue.
Yeah, yes. And then it's also like with the breathing and everything.
Good lungs and all the rest.
And the
of
pulse, like for example, for someone, the pulse is like goes
you
like
recover
super
quickly.
high. Yeah, also that I recover very quickly.
Okay.
So that's how I started doing the 800.
So it allowed you to win a lot.
Yeah, also that. And also it gave me, like sports gave me an education that it was amazing. Like, because when you're a child, let's say if your parents tell you don't drink juice or don't eat that, is different than when your trainer tells you, that when you start realizing that indeed like your results go a bit down if you don't sleep enough hours and all these things. Yeah, it's the best education ever.
Work equals results.
Exactly, and then you see it on yourself, you feel it on yourself, so it's the best education ever.
Discipline. It gave you self-discipline.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so were you pretty as a child? Were you considered pretty? I know you look like Ronaldinho.
Yes, I was.
Did you think you were pretty?
I was in between. I kind of like when I was child. It was, I don't know. I always had boyfriends, so I was okay. But I didn't feel that. But I didn't like sometimes being mocked by the older ones when I was doing athletics, because I hated when they told me, because I was always the small one. Like,
you said you were the tall one.
No. The small as in age, because I started young. I was the youngest, always the youngest. I was the little baby. I mean, like wanted to be like, no, I'm the same girl with you.
That's right. You watch me.
Don't tell me Ronaldinho.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm like a woman.
So hang on. This implies that people thought you were cute, at least.
Yes, I'm cute, of course, cute, but
you wanted to be.
I wanted to be seen more at their level of like maturity, but there was big difference, and when you're smaller, the difference you can feel it even more, like from 8 to 14.
Right, and you were resisting their patronizing you.
Yeah, it was good in the end, but I waited until I became like normal. Also with modeling, when I started, because I started when I was 15, so I was now no, but then at 15 I was always the baby.
Okay. So how did that start? Let's tell everybody quickly the story of your modeling career.
Of my modeling career. Well, I was discovered in Romania in my agency. By your agency in your town. By my a friend of mine told me about this agency actually. And
was
she was a model. She was a model, and she was like, you need to come and do it. You need to come and do it. And I was like, okay. She told me to do modeling, and she told me this is the agency where I am. So there are more agencies. And I went there, and for me, I think as I didn't want it so much, it was really important to find someone to make me feel that I do have a chance, to make me really believe that. And I met there TB Clench.
Say that again?
TB Clench is the owner of my agency and the photographer. Now he's very he's growing up very big.
See.
Yes.
So he was a photographer and
he had
modeling agency owner, both.
Yeah.
What came first, do you think? Do you think he was a photographer who started an agency, or was he an agent who became a photographer?
No, he was a photographer, started an agency.
Oh, cool.
Was
he a good photographer?
It was amazing. Yes, I have a lot of shoots. I shot with him. Like I have a lot of shoots that I loved, and he helped me grow. He helped me be more confident in front of the camera.
He mentored you.
Yes, he is my
More
mentor. He still
photographers
is my mentor.
should be model agents.
Yes,
You've just given me an idea. I'm going to start mine Monday.
Totally. No, but imagine like when I was 15, I didn't know how to
so
pose,
good.
and he's
Yes.
being in an agency where it's like exclusivist, so we're like 5 girls. It's not everyone that gets in this agency.
There were
And then
5 of you.
Yes, and also now we're like 4 or 5 because, and then they do a lot of management. So who doesn't put up with them, just naturally like
Leaves.
leaves or like.
So you consider him a good friend and an important person in your life.
Yeah, actually, even we speak even about books, and he recommended me books and all these things. But it's amazing to have someone like that, and to have someone like if I always speak with them, with my booker, and also with him.
Okay.
Because now like he's doing more photography now.
Oh wow.
And I have my booker from Allure.
Has he shot you now? As opposed to
recently,
that?
yeah,
Okay.
of course.
That's
like if
good.
I actually flew to Romania just to do a shooting with him
Wow.
because I was based in Milan, and I flew to Romania to do a shooting with him.
Wicked.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
The pictures are amazing.
Okay.
I was
That's
gonna fly to India.
Amazing. So he took you on. How did you meet him? Through the
friend.
model. She
Yes.
took you into the agency.
Yeah.
There were only about 3 or 4 girls there at the time.
Yeah. So.
Okay, and he liked you immediately and thought,
Yeah.
let's do this.
Yes.
He trained you. He trained you in modeling, which was a great advantage. Not many models get that early.
It grew really fast.
So 15 to what age did it take for you to learn the ropes to the degree that then you were able to go to other territories, Milan?
In 2 weeks I was in New York when I was 15, first time.
Okay, that's quick, isn't it?
It was quick. I didn't learn, like, it wasn't like, I was finished with posing and everything, but we did like a really quick training of staying and doing shoots. I did like 2 shoots really fast, 3 shoots. And then I came to New York for test shoots.
Oh, wow.
When I
Did
was
he
15.
arrange this?
Yeah, of course, like as my mother agency.
So he had contacts?
We did this very cool video,
Oh, wow.
presentation video that was like not just simple one. I was like doing a little bit of acting and fun around. Yeah, and then he sent that video, polas and everything, and I was in 2 weeks, really. It was super fast. I was in New York at 15, alone.
Were you ready for that?
I was ready. I was ready because of the training camps. I was used to not be home and used to like...
Oh, I see. Yes. So sport
Okay, yeah. Again, sports.
fostered an independence in you.
Yeah, exactly. Because I was used to like not being with the parents, not missing them, organizing my things. Even
Wow.
though you were with a trainer, you still have your own room
Yes.
to do. So it was good.
That's so good.
Yeah.
So-
The cooking took a little bit more.
You don't cook?
At 15 I wasn't cooking
Not so much.
much. Like, of course my father, like, he taught me,
Did he?
but he taught me like what to do. Like, but when you're 15 you're kind of like, we'll just eat some chips or I don't know.
Right.
You know, you don't spend time.
So you're quick anyway, generally.
Yeah.
And what was it like coming to New York at 15? What were the first jobs? What happened?
Well, I didn't have a working visa. I came to do just test shoots and everything. And being 15 and not knowing how it goes in modeling very well, even though the agency was telling me and I kind of like asked around, I wanted everything faster than it's possible. So I was like, why I don't have castings? Why they don't send me to Vogue casting? Like, because I had nothing in my book. I had absolutely nothing, and I came for test shoots, but I wanted more. So that was a little bit like maybe not so happy, let's say.
You were frustrated?
Yeah.
Because of your natural impatience?
Yes, which I learned, it took me time to learn. And
Didn't sport teach you the patience?
Well, it was supposed to, but I was expecting in modeling things to go faster because of a wrong idea that I had in my head.
What was that idea?
The idea was that everything goes so fast that that I'm
overnight
very
success.
good. Yeah, I was like, I'm good and it's overnight success because maybe some have, but it took time to understand. Even though in theory you know that, and I see and I read about other models that they do so much and until they actually
Years
have
sometime.
something. Yes.
You didn't know that then?
I knew it, but I never believe. You know when you don't believe something, it's like it's like with advice. Somebody tells you advice, and until you don't hit your head to it, then you don't like follow the advice.
So did life teach you? You didn't work for Vogue in that first test shooting?
I didn't do anything. Like I was just testing, and then for a very long time, then let's say, started my real career in Paris when I turned 16.
So after how many weeks in New York?
Like 4 weeks or something like that.
You went back?
Yeah, I went back.
Disappointed?
More or less, like...
It didn't happen? Did you have any doubts about it? Did you think, shit, maybe I'm not suited?
No, that was not the point. I had that kind of like, maybe I'm not suited, but it wasn't that the point. I was like, okay, it was first trip, I'm gonna see next one.
Right. So your natural confidence made up for any potential insecurity?
Yeah, yes, exactly. That's what helped. And then, I had some like, the start was not the best, let's say. After I went to Tokyo. Okay,
wait, you went to Paris for next?
No, Paris was when I was 16.
Okay, you went to Tokyo after New York?
Yeah, after New York, I went to Tokyo. And like there, everybody says in Asia you make a lot of money. But what I worked there was more like I did Elle and I was Spain, like a Spanish girl.
You were the Spanish girl?
Yes.
You were the Latina?
They saw me really
Latina.
But more than in Europe. There I was seen like just in that part. And I don't know why, I didn't work that much.
Because there weren't that many Latina jobs?
Yeah, or I don't know, it was like not the thing that I was expecting. So again, I was a little bit like...
How long?
2 months I stayed there.
What was that like? How was that different to New York? Did it blow your mind? Was the culture shock great?
The problem with me
Did you cry every day?
I didn't cry every day, but I was sad. So being like sad, I started not enjoying the city, I still had days I could enjoy the city, but I was too like, I didn't work.
Did you have the experience of traveling in the van?
Yeah, we always, that was like...
The casting and the very late nights? All of that stuff that models have spoken about?
Very
hard work.
Yeah, it was also hard, but I preferred like more hard work than just being in the van. I liked
Did you shoot?
Around. I did shootings. Yeah, I did like some shootings there for like I don't know, like a hair salon or something, and then I did the presentation for Loewe. But again, it wasn't not the Japanese client. They had their presentations there. So
it's a Spanish company.
Yeah, so
So has that helped you? Are you Spanish? Is that how you read? Is that why you're booked? You're a Latina, look at that.
No, but I'm not just that.
You're not just that, but
no,
you are that.
I can be anything, I can be anything if you do like, look here, I did when I had my eyebrows bleached.
And it's a great picture.
I did it just for this shooting.
And that really does strike me.
Clench.
That's him?
Yes.
He understands you?
He lets me be, after we like kind of like, I grew up with him shooting, so many years.
You're extremely comfortable.
Many years, yes. And then I started becoming more creative and I have this liberty with him and it's always amazing to work with him.
So the energy is what comes across, obviously. In a lot of your pictures, you're smiling and you look as if you're happy and enjoying the moment.
Yeah,
which of course
it's very important, yes.
Yes.
I mean, I do have even like pictures where I'm sad, but I'm still like, you can see it's like so enjoyable and everything.
Exactly, you're communicating some energy.
Yeah, it's all about that. Like a picture, I think it has to tell something, somebody watches and it tells something. Or even show something, tell something.
Yep. And you're good at the angular technique of pulling shapes as well.
Yeah, it's good. I like to create.
So you're pretty much a born performer, aren't you?
Yes.
That's right. Say no more. It's not like you had to try that hard. It comes naturally. Or do you have any challenges? What do you see as your challenges? What do you have to work on? If everything else comes so easily and naturally?
Well, I'm always working on posing. It's not like I have everything. I like to follow all kind of like sites and everything and get inspired. Let's say it's a position and I kind of like steal it, but I modify something and I study it a bit in the mirror. So this way I feel secure, because another thing about me, I need to know everything and be super secure always. Like even in school, I was like, I need to learn all the lessons, so then I feel okay. So that's why when I know that I have some poses in mind, when I go to a shooting, it's not like, oh, what do I do now? Oh,
right, you need to be prepared. Preparation is everything.
Yeah, exactly. It's everything. Key. For everything. It was same in school, same in my classical guitar.
But not in love.
In love?
We'll get to that. So, well, I'm saying that you can't control everything in life.
Yeah, you can't, but with what comes from you.
You can do the most that you can do.
Yeah, exactly, what comes from you.
That's right.
And then, of course, you cannot control it and how you react to what happens, but what comes from you.
Do you know who you are?
Oh,
because that's a big issue in life.
Maybe even I don't know now. No, I'm joking. But really, it took me time to know to find myself.
But you have a good read of who you are.
Yes. Then, because sometimes I got lost into what people would like to be
and projecting onto you, which is the job.
And then I was like, well, stop it. Like I need to be like how I am. And that's the thing. Even at castings, I was a little bit not true myself. And the moment I start being 100% myself. Jobs, everything. Then also in Paris I was shooting so many L'Officiel, Harper's Bazaar, everything I was doing. After, in Paris is supposed to be more harder as beginner. Because then after Tokyo I went straight to Paris and that's where I started like my real career.
Now why is that a thing that Paris is supposed to be harder? Why? Is it the French?
No, because it's a different market, right? And I thought I was being told that in Asia you go to make money and then you go to Paris to make your name and to do the good work, but you go to Asia to make money. And I didn't have the good result in Asia to make I made, but like not the boom that
did you feel that did you take it as a loss in the race? Did you lose that round? Japan. Did you lose Japan?
A little bit, yeah. Yeah, I can't say it was not I didn't met my goals.
Yes.
Which my goals are not, I do put them high, but I put them realistic, like not crazy goals.
Yeah. So Paris was met.
Yeah.
Was it exceeded?
Yes. So, yes,
so
it was more
you got a gold medal for Paris.
Yeah, totally. And then
tell me about Paris. How did you like it? What's it like as a city for a model? Characterize that for us.
All right, so it's very easy to get around, as in city for models speaking. Like you get out of the metro, you have the map that it says where is this exit, and then you just follow it, like it tells you the street.
So easy to navigate.
It's easy to navigate. It is expensive, but it's very beautiful, so it pays off.
Yes.
It doesn't matter.
It's worth it.
You just walk around and you're always this is pretty, this is awesome. I'm constantly enjoying Paris.
Visually.
Yes.
But you didn't find the greige nature of the buildings.
The greige?
For a long time I went to a French school, I went to the French Lycée in South Kensington, so I grew up speaking French and obviously a lot of French culture was around me. And I had a love-hate relationship very early on with Paris because I thought it was quite depressive. It's quite even though the surroundings are so beautiful, there's a kind of weight. It's a bit of a heavy city, for me anyway. But I have appreciated it more and more as time's gone by.
Yeah, I think with me also as time. Because when I was little, when I was little too, it was so awesome because I always went there before turning 18. So I had free entrance everywhere. Like it was the Dali exposition.
Okay.
And I was going there and sitting like 1 hour, 2 hours, like 3 times a week because I could go for free all the time. So I can take my time and enjoy. Yes. Also Louvre. Louvre was on my way home. I can go anytime for free.
So are you an art and culture lover?
Yes, yeah, I am. Well, I have a lot more to learn and I want a lot to see a lot more, but yes.
You like all that stuff?
Yeah, it gives me like, relaxation and tranquility to watch and start to think. So I like to go alone when I go to visit a museum because I want to take my time, or maybe I don't take my time to something and the others want to look more.
Yes, that's right.
So yeah, I liked it.
So you have dealt very well, I take it, with the potential being alone or being lonely in the job.
Yeah.
You like your own company?
Yes, I like it. I always but I also have a lot of friends, so I put that, but I also like being alone. I feel like you can focus more and be more creative and think about your things, and you need to have your alone time.
But you're social and gregarious. You're a people person. You're social.
Oh yeah.
You're super social.
Yeah, I'm super social. I'm always speaking with everyone. If you ask all my friends, ask all my friends. Yes.
And that's why you're here today.
Yes. Oh.
So. Okay, so let's get into your love life because I think it's going to be it's going to be a good sort of stories.
My love life. So traveling all the time, I don't really.
First boyfriend.
First boyfriend.
Yes. Back home.
Real boyfriend, like really.
Yeah. Can we say love?
First love, while I was doing athletics.
Wow.
Oh my God, it was so intense.
Jesus.
It was 2 weeks.
Did that help you or hinder your running performance? That must have taken a lot of energy out of it.
It took a lot of energy, and I was like really crazy after.
Were you in love? Or you were in...
No, it was 14 years old love, you know.
You were 14?
Yeah.
So it was a hormonal craziness love?
Yeah, it was more like the first time, like I was crying, I was hiding so much the fact that I was crying, so I was crying only in the night. So You
were crying a lot?
Yeah, a lot after him, a lot. And then...
Why were you... Was it crying sad or just crying crazy?
Sad. No, sad because he broke up with me and I have no chance with him.
After 2 weeks?
Yes, and I see him so often. I was always seeing him because he was in the same group of.
He was an athlete.
We had the same coach. Yes.
You were in love with a fellow athlete.
Yes, but only that he was a high jumper.
Yes.
But yes, he was trained by the same coach.
I see. So how did you cope?
Oh, it was hard. It was very hard. It started to relay.
Why did he split up with you for starters anyway? You were 14. So you were too young. How old was he?
We were young. No, he was 15. So.
Oh, okay. You were teenagers.
Yeah, both of us. It was just like, it wasn't the time for a relationship or something.
Yeah, that's true. Too early for him.
Yeah. It was we were children, both of us.
Do you know what's happened to him? Have you kept in touch?
Yeah. Actually, I met him maybe 2 years ago or something.
Oh, yeah? Had he changed?
Yeah, of course. I changed a lot too.
How are you that different?
I am much more different, let's say. I'm more... Because before I was like... You know, it was first love, so I was like sending 1 million messages and being like really like, how are you? I love you. I love you. I love you. Do you love me back?
I love you.
Do you love me back? Tell me you love me back. No, I'm like, what? I don't.
So you were needy?
Yeah, needy, and like actually I was really showing all my sentiments, and since I'm very sentimental, I'm very also in emotional. The good. Also, I'm very emotional, which helps me a lot in acting.
Yes.
But I'm very emotional, so I was not controlling that as into what I show to the others, and it can be like suffocating if I really.
You were just too much to deal with, weren't you? You drove him away with all of those.
Totally.
It was the pre-texting and
It was the Yahoo Messenger time.
Jesus, so you just killed his inbox. You just mashed it up.
Then he was putting himself invisible to me so I don't see. And then I had the program and I was seeing that he was putting
You tracked him down. You stalked him.
Why you put me invisible? Yeah, if somebody would do that to me now, I'll be like, leave me alone, of course.
Wow, so you learnt.
I learned my lessons, yes.
The hard way.
The hard way. Then I had a big period when I wasn't getting implied in absolutely anything. I was just, seeing, liking a guy, but not putting heart. Being too scared to be hurt.
Once bitten, twice shy.
Yes, exactly. Very bad.
And how long did that take, that reaction, that negative reaction to heartbreak?
2 years.
Okay, not so bad. And you were young as well.
Yeah,
so by
young.
16 you'd gotten over that?
No, even more actually, yeah. I think around 17 I got again involved.
Okay.
That's a problem because
Where was that?
Around 17 or also in Romania.
Okay, so you hadn't moved to Paris or anything like that?
No, but I was seeing guys, but I was like getting bored after 2-3 weeks or like because I wasn't putting sentiment, so it was just like
right. So
a crush there and something really easy.
What do you look for in a man?
Well, at the moment I just want to be a man that I can really spend fun time.
How do you know he's fun?
Oh, okay. So first is the looks.
Yeah, number one, because that's all you have to go on.
First
so
is
what
the
does
looks.
he look like? Describe what he looks like.
My types are all my types. Like I have so many types of guys that I like that I couldn't
all
say
of them.
looks. Yeah, it's
anything
just like,
goes.
Yeah, I mean, it's not, it clicks in that moment. But of course it's related to looks as well. So I can like very like more like man guy, blonde guy, brunette guy, black guy. Right. I don't know, everyone. It's just like what it comes to the moment.
Is that an energy or is it just purely aesthetic? Is it purely the way someone is built physically?
No, it's an energy that I feel in the moment I meet them.
Right.
But it comes also from physical, I guess.
Right,
it's not just like that. But who knows? Like the other person I was really obsessed with, it wasn't, let's say, the typical beauty standard.
Okay.
So yeah,
but he was happy.
Yeah. But I looked in my to spend a lot of good time and to be able to do things like, I don't know, do sports together, go to
active. So he's got to have energy.
Yeah, active, or like at least need to be active and do all these things like sportsy, healthy,
out
or
in the world.
At least like artsy, so I can speak with him about things,
okay.
or we can do things. For more like relationship things, let's say.
Yeah.
For other things, it's maybe just like depends on the moment and the energy.
Right. Okay. So you weren't looking for any big long love affairs and marriage and all of that stuff.
No,
it's not. It didn't drive you. That wasn't.
No, it didn't drive me, because knowing myself and how I get really involved and losing my actual goals, because I get like involved into that.
It becomes everything.
Yeah.
So you're slightly obsessive.
Obsessive? Maybe, yes. No, I tried to not be, but I was there. I had this like typical obsessive love story, not love story, loving the person, but totally obsessive. So I was there to the real obsessive. I'm not obsessive, I'm just putting everything.
Yes, you're wholehearted.
And start to think as for two. And start to put so much of my energy, which at the moment I think I should canalize more towards my goals.
Focus
in like modeling and acting, yes.
Okay, perfect. So is that it?
So yeah, that's...
So currently you don't have a boyfriend?
No, I don't.
And you live in New York now?
Yes.
So what was the next stage in that journey? From Paris, you did so well.
Yes, I did Paris, and I was doing only like, I could stay only 2 months and go back because I had high school.
Oh,
and,
right, you weren't still at
yes,
school.
and my high school was like a good one, but because the director really liked me and everything, we were saying, bringing papers that I'm sick, but everybody knew I was doing modeling, because it's not legal to leave like 2 months, come back, and then leave 2 months again. So I was doing my exams, but I was always very good. So it was no problem. And after they saw, because some teachers were a bit in the beginning, who's this girl, just like a model, a stupid model. And then they saw that I keep my grades good and I'm a good girl, so it was okay.
So if you had to choose now between modeling and acting, what would it be ultimately? And why?
Well, if I would have to choose now?
Yeah.
Well, if I would have the possibility to...
Of having a career, let's say having a career. Earning money, being able to support yourself from one or the other on a regular basis.
One or the other, but being able to support myself.
Yes.
Because acting takes more time. So
doesn't matter, time's irrelevant.
Acting.
So that's really what you consider yourself.
Yes.
So modeling is a stepping stone, a way on the journey to develop all of the other...
Yeah, but I really like it as well. But it's acting, because I'm like really sincere. No, don't shoot me. But yes, it's acting.
All right, okay. Yeah. So at what age did you know that for sure?
For sure, 100%, around 15, no more, like, like 16, 17, when I was in school. Mm-hmm. I was doing in English, we were doing Macbeth. And they did the auditions, and I said, I want to do it. And I heard that teacher, Diana cannot be Lady Macbeth. Because it was, like, I'm the cute one, let's say.
They didn't know.
So then when I did the audition, they liked me, and I started doing it. After some time passed, and I entered in a theater group in Romania, an independent theater group, and there I had my first real show, with like spectator coming and like in the theater, and it was the kind of stage that you have, it was long like this, round like this, and very close to you. Spectator, and it was long play, and you
loved it. It was meat and potatoes.
Yeah.
Funnily enough, my mother played the role of Lady Macbeth herself in London in 1972, and my mother was from Jamaica, so it was the first big Shakespearean all-black Macbeth, and it was set in Africa. And it was a huge success, and my mum's really quite tiny, but likewise, she had a lot of power to play Lady Macbeth.
Yeah, it takes a lot of power.
And she came in for the part of Lady Macduff, I believe, with a friend of hers. They both went together, and it was to play Lady Macduff and Lady Macduff, and they both came out with the leads. So they went in to play the supportings, and he ended up as Macbeth.
That's great.
And her as Lady Macbeth.
That is great.
Yeah.
Wow. Like me, I was lucky also in this theater group, because they were already doing. We were doing Chekhov, The Seagull.
Wicked.
And the thing is, when I came inside the group, they already had casted Nina, But the girl in the end, she couldn't play anymore, so they casted. Everyone wanted the role.
Of
And all the
course.
girls wanted Nina. And I was so new, I didn't even read Chekhov before. Like, I knew nothing. And then they started like using me, and in the end, even though at the beginning the one who who's the director, who's my other mentor, because I have my mentor TB Clench in modeling things,
Yes.
and in acting she's my mentor.
It's a she.
It's a she, yes, she's an actress. And Ioana Macaria, a Romanian actress.
Wicked.
Yeah, and she took me, and I grew so much in that play. We played for like 2 years, but I started from being not able to scream on stage, as I never screamed like actually.
In normal
and, yeah,
life.
and then to being able to have like really
Wow.
strong, yes.
That's great. So you were
amazing.
you were in a theatre performance for 2 years.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was
Because that
lovely.
teaches you the other thing in theatre, which is to keep it up every night.
Yeah,
Was it every
and
night?
grow. It wasn't every night. We did it like once a month.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
because
see.
in this group, it's like also people who are not actors, also people who finished acting, and
I
also
see.
people who aspire to be actors. So I started before university.
Okay.
I was in this play before going into university.
You went to university?
I went to university, yes, 2 years, to University of Acting in Romania.
Oh, an acting
Yes.
school.
Yeah, but like the University of
Oh, okay.
Yes, yeah.
Is that the best acting school in Romania?
Yeah, it's the main one.
The main
in
one?
Bucharest. Yeah, we have two that are very good.
Okay. Was it easy for you to get in? And what was
It
your
was-
audition?
okay, oh.
What was your audition piece?
It was. We had to have like 5 poems or I don't remember.
Monologues? No, poems.
Poems. We didn't have monologue because in the year when I entered, now they changed. First it was monologue, then they took it away. And my year we didn't have monologues. We had short story.
Okay.
And so I entered. It was I prepared with an actor from that group that I was in. It's called Teatru Podul Theater, where I do acting. And I prepared like maybe I was doing like 2 hours. He was listening to me. Then it was mostly listening. I was preparing by myself and then going to actors and ask them to like listen to me and maybe give me some advice. And then I entered the 8th out of everyone. So I entered like really well.
Oh, wow.
In the top, yeah. It was good. It was really nice. I did it for 2 years, and then I realized.
What did they train you in?
You do a lot of things. First, you do like the games of attention games and coordination and.
What was the philosophy? Was it Meisner? Was it
Stanislavski?
Stanislavski method?
Yeah. That's what.
Is that big in Romania?
Yeah, actually, that's what they
That's
do.
what they taught. Interesting.
But that's only what they taught. That's the thing. The only.
Not enough for you.
No, that's what I mean. I realized the school was like okay, let's say, but then everything in Romania you don't have opportunities. So I said I really want to do this outside. Like I really want to do it big, and I always had this option with modeling. Like it's not like it went away.
That's
and I was
true.
like, I'm gonna go and try. Let's see how it is after, because I did a break, you know. I'm gonna go and try, and I went to Milan to stay just a bit. And I ended up staying there because I keep having jobs, I keep starting working, it was all different, I was feeling better, better with me, so I was very good at castings and everything restarted in that way. And I still have the passion for modeling. It's like I am having a two people relationship.
And satisfying both equally.
In a way, yeah, that's the thing, because when you're missing another, and I said, listen, like I said myself, I am young and I can still do modeling and acting I can do later, you know, also with more experience of life experience.
You can
and
have,
everything.
absolutely, you can go all the way.
Yes.
You're Romanian?
Yes.
Yeah, you worked in Romania.
Yeah.
Is the temptation, is the idea that you need to return to Romania to have a career as a Romanian actress in her home country, doing work there successfully?
No, it's not. That's what I
to be part of the Romanian film industry, the Romanian theatre?
No, I mean, I would love to do some. I mean, I don't like that there you don't have the opportunity, so many opportunities, you know. I mean, I love my country so much, but there's like very few movies being made, very low budget, very low paid, everything. So
you want more.
And then the school, it's like I really want to do all other schools, you know, so London or America.
Oh, so you're not finished with your training?
So no, totally.
You haven't done with drama school?
No, I'm not done. I want to do school. I want to do school. For that you need money, and for that you have modeling, and you make money with modeling. And
You've got it sussed out.
Yes, exactly.
So what's the next school that you want to go to?
The thing is, I give myself time first to modeling now, because acting and modeling, they are good together, let's say, because they help each other, but you cannot do them both at a high level. So even if I would try, you can't do them both at high level. So
Why
I
not?
said, because
So give me an example of someone who...
You have rehearsals 8 hours a day, 4 hours a day. You need to be there with the people from the rehearsal, but you need to be there at your castings. You cannot tell your booker. You need to do your jobs. You need to have direct bookings there. You can't do it on a high level.
I see.
And you cannot do it fully. So I said I put acting on pause, unless it's like something that comes up, but like put it on pause for a while. I do modeling. I see how it goes now, restarting. And depending on how good this goes, I either do a school here, like maybe I go to actor studio or like something, or I do like a master degree university London. It depends on how it goes with me.
Oh yeah, my mum went to RADA. She got a scholarship to go to RADA. That taught her lots of good classical stuff.
Lovely.
Yeah, it was lovely for her.
It's lovely and hard. It's a lot of work.
It's very hard to get into RADA,
and also that, and then also not just getting in. You need to keep up. You need to do exercise daily, and also that's what I need to continuously do while I'm modeling. Because if I just stay, then it's like
you're not exercising.
Your feet, like everything. Also the way you breathe.
Instrument isn't being used.
Yeah, and then also English.
Okay, let's talk about that. How are you going to? Because obviously, America is where the big industry is.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? Are you going to have to do voice classes and become an American?
Well, I have to work on my accent. And I would do maybe classes. It depends. Of course, you need to do that because I don't want to be cast as the Latina all the time, obviously, or something like
what
that.
What about Paris first?
I don't speak French.
You don't speak French?
No, I speak bad French, and I didn't speak in a long time. So that's the thing. Because then Italy would have been an option as well, but I don't speak Italian at that level.
So you need to pick a place.
And also, there's the thing. I want America or London for school. And then, as we'll see, but like for school, so I can be like happy with myself, I want one of these two. That's the thing. So, and also I prefer an English-speaking country.
Yes.
Even though I know I can learn. If I do a course, I can learn Italian. I'm speaking fluent Italian with grammar mistakes by ear.
Yes, that's right. That's not a problem for you. So how long are you going to give the modelling?
Well, I want...
You want the cash. Tell me what you want in modelling now. So what's the dream?
The dream in modelling, feel like I have jobs that fully let me express and make me happy.
Okay.
And
what would they be? Do you have something in your mind?
Oh, do we go big now?
Yeah, go big or go home, baby.
Well,
what's the dream?
First of all, I mean, I would really like to do something related to Sports Illustrated.
You want to be a Sports Illustrated model?
Yes, I want to be that. Then I would love... Okay, this is like very high, but I would really like to do a show for Armani or Jean-Paul Gaultier.
Okay, those you're very specific.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Then,
now, why them? I want to know why each.
Because I've been following them. Like they're the ones I always like. You know, periods. I like Kenzo, Alexander McQueen, or something. But those I always liked. And you know, I had a casting for Armani, only for him. Like when I was in Milan, and I met him.
Oh, you met Mr. Armani?
Yes, and I was so nervous.
And Mr. Armani is very open to having models who aren't on the cover of Vogue or in the trendy magazines the whole time.
Yeah, actually, it was request casting. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah.
So how was he?
Well, it was everything really fast because we just like walk, hello, how are I couldn't tell, but I was like so nervous.
Right, because that was your dream job. Did you get it?
No, I didn't.
Oh,
but
Diana.
it's okay. I have time. Come on. I mean, I'm still like, I'm 22, but I feel I can put up like longer.
Okay, Gaultier next.
What? Yeah. Oh, him. I met him too.
You met Jean-Paul?
Yeah, I met him too because I was shooting with Matthew Cesar. We were gonna shoot. We shot like Jean-Paul Gaultier's second line lookbook.
You did?
Yeah, but I think the picture didn't get picked up in the end. But he came at a fitting, and what I was so impressed that he came and he had his jacket and he just put it on the floor, like, and then it was like, everybody, no, we take it. And he was like, no, it's okay. Like he was really normal part, like so, you know, when you have modesty.
Yes.
Like very modest, super. And he asked me if I was Spanish or Italian, something like that.
Right. Yes, of course he did.
I'm gonna play on that, like maybe with flowers in my hair.
I remember when I was young and starting out in this business, we went to Paris for a Gaultier show and we went backstage and it was very exciting. And Herb Ritz was shooting Madonna backstage. And that was very exciting. I got to see that kind of thing.
All right.
And the ethnic diversity, you know, it was all at the time it was all sorts of different ethnic traditional costumes and
but
things.
also like no, and now even the last haute couture you saw it has a bit of influence, like in Indian, let's say.
Yes, exactly.
Then you saw like
his
the
core
snow,
values.
yeah, exactly. Like
he's great.
Snowing in countries where it doesn't snow.
And a lovely guy.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure. So, okay, in terms of magazines, do you want to be in
everything?
It does everything, all of it.
No, like I would like to do Vogue.
Yeah. But why Sports Illustrated? Is it simply the mass appeal of the fame that goes with that?
And it's just not just that. I don't even have a lot of shootings like swimwear. You know, I mean, I really want to do like or something related like swimwear sports things. And
because of your sport background?
Yeah, actually because of that too, and because I'm like, why I was never cast for that.
You just think you should be.
I didn't have the castings. I wasn't in the right time to meet the client. So
okay. So you're working on that. You're working
Hello,
on
America.
that.
I just got here.
I love
I'm
that.
like 1 week old.
Did you just get here?
Yeah, I'm 1 week here.
Have you moved here?
Well, I mean, I'm not moved here fully yet, but we'll see how it goes.
I see.
But
That's
I'm like new here. Okay, when I was 15, we don't put that. It was just this. But now, like.
How long are you going to give it? What's this period of time that you're in New York for now?
We're discussing, like, we might change, like, tickets, because when I might stay. It depends on how it goes with clients being first time, but it's already, like, I have response, so it's good.
That's great.
So
well, welcome back.
Yeah, good to be. I mean, I feel like it's first time here, so yeah. I cut my hair and everything when I was 15, I was so different.
Were you different?
Yeah. I was first of all, I was very like I didn't have my like style, and then I was very new and raw, and then my hair was like here.
I see.
No fringe.
That's great. So I haven't had lunch, so my brain's going a bit. No, I'm not woozy, but I'm just not sharp. Why don't we end the main interview here? Is there anything we need to talk about in the main interview, the big interview? So we did what makes you good. We know what makes you good. I don't even have to ask that. Are there any questions you might want to ask a photographer now that you have the opportunity to do so and you don't usually? Or are you fine with that?
Oh, well, let me think if there's a question that I would like. Oh, yeah. In terms of in casting.
Yeah.
When a girl comes to a casting.
Yes.
Is it better for her to have like plain clothes that you can like we keep it like the simple way, or she can up a bit of her style, which is better?
I just think it depends on the randomness of the job that we're casting you for, and whether you fit the job.
All right.
So if it's a hippie girl and you come in with your flares, that's a point for you in your favor. If you look more like the character, then that's going to be good. That's why neutrality helps, because then you're not dismissing her because of what she's wearing.
Yeah.
So I would say err to caution and play it safer.
Yeah.
However, you want to stand out too, and a lot of models have enormous success because they have style, because they do stand out. They become the muses because they're so freaking cool in who they are and how they carry themselves and what they wear. You know, it's a fashion business after all. So that's the other side of it. I remember walking down, I can't remember the name of the model now. She's an Australian model who became an actress. She gave up modeling to become an actress. And she has a big baby face, and she's very tall. And her name escapes me, but I was in the meatpacking district and I walked next to her, and of course she was very tall, but she was dressed so incredibly. I think she had a Chanel suit on or something.
Yeah, that's even cooler.
That looked so arresting, that she was somebody, you know. She was an amazing apparition, and she would have impact coming into any room.
Wow.
A bit like Lily shit, I can't remember her name either. An English actress now who was a model, Lily Cole. She had a sort of round face. I photographed her, and a sort of Alice in Wonderland fantasy quality, a very Tim Walker type look. Tall, great model, and she also made that transition. So it's possible, but again, yes. So in answer to your question, it all depends on who you are.
All right.
Right? I think it's safer to lead with your strengths, which is your energy.
Anyways, in like terms of how I dress pretty like classic, simple.
Yes, and my wife responded immediately to what you were wearing, and that's good
cool.
too.
Yes.
So whatever elicits a positive reaction and makes you stand out in one way or another.
Yeah.
Do whatever you can do. As you said, you can only control what you are.
Yeah.
But be what you are in its utmost.
Mm.
So that bubbly, smiley, up for it kind of positive energy that's so strong is what people will remember, always. You know, you look like you want the job, and you're going to be good at the job, and you should have the job, and you're confident, and you give us a job, and let's do it.
Right.
You know, I think that's very key. But again, if the girl in the story is a bit more aloof, and a bit more distant, a bit more cool for school, then it doesn't. Who knows? It's human beings. It's human beings. It's the randomness of the world.
That's why it's good to always check the client before and everything.
Yes, of course. Do your homework.
Yeah. That also helps me a little bit to go in like which direction it is when I get especially when you have so many castings. Sometimes you get the names you know very well.
Yeah.
Like Armani,
exactly.
And then you get like these names you never heard of. Yeah. And then
but I also think you can't escape the way you look, and therefore you can't escape the pigeonhole that the Latina thing it's always going to come up. You're going to be Spanish and you're going to be Italian. And you have to make a kind of peace with that.
It is what I
exactly.
am.
If only to maximize the potential of what that is.
Yeah.
You know, to be it fully and to be it totally, so there's no doubt. And then, who knows what can happen? Then you can branch out. But I think you need to be quite clear in your mind that you're in New York now, and when you came through the door and you said, "I thought you were a New Yorker."
Really?
Somehow I thought you were a native New Yorker. So when you came through the door, I thought, well, you must be Puerto Rican. And you were speaking in a Latin accent. And I thought she's Puerto Rican from the Hell's Kitchen. And I'm thinking West Side Story. And, you had a funk to you. And you weren't. You were Romanian. It was completely off.
Yeah, I know. Even the blood is like.
Yes, exactly. It's all that hot Latina thing. Get the hot Latina action, and if you do the Victoria's Secrets and the Sports Illustrated, you're going to be. No. At least you have Diana. Sounds quite Spanish, actually, doesn't it? It's not a Spanish name, but I can. Diana. It has an A at the end. Diana. You've got to go with the hot, sultry girl. You do. It's just the way it is. Make peace with that.
Yeah, I will.
Okay. So fantastic. I think we covered a lot of ground.
All right.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
This was amazing. I hope you're not the first and the last model to actually reach out.
Yeah, I know. People, they should do that. Sometimes I was really, not, I don't know if it's you can do that, you should do that. But
you didn't know. You weren't sure if you should.
Yeah, I was is it too much? Is it and I was okay, it's just a compliment. First, I'm just gonna say this. I really, really
your
like
nature.
this.
It's your nature. But the intention was to come on the show.
Yes.
Job done.
Of course it was. Yes.
I love the focus.
Yeah.
That's so awesome. Good, Diana. I'm so happy to meet you. I'm so glad you had that confidence.
Thank you very much for having me.
And now, I want you to do a shout out to subscribe, because this is a YouTube channel too.
What is shout out?
Well, no, it's a kind of what's it called? There's a term for it.
I need to get more into this Instagram thing.
And the social media.
Oh my God,
you've got to work there.
Yeah, they saw my phone, so they saw my phone in Hamburg, so I was on a detox of 10 days of social media. But today I got my phone.
You're back, baby.
And I'm gonna start focusing on that.
Okay, so on YouTube channels, at the end of the channel, they say, if you like, subscribe,
Okay.
If you liked this,
yeah.
if
So
you
if
liked
you like
me,
this video
and you want to see more,
and you want to see more, just like thumbs up and where's the subscribe button?
The subscribe button. You've done this before.
Somewhere? No, but I watched YouTubers. I watched YouTubers, so somewhere there.
Thank you. That's
thank
so
you
great.
for watching. Hope you enjoyed it.
Thanks everyone, and I'll see you again soon.
Bye.
Bye.